Welcome to Long Stash.
Long stash.
Long
Howdy, partner.
Oh, here. Is that better?
Oh, I like it. I might keep the hat on and off tonight. I can't decide. I feel a little bit like doing a chorus line.
That's okay. I mean,
Jointy-ang.
that's a good thing.
Loving your Batarara.
Yes. You know. Ooh. So, anyhow, this amazing person is Rebel Witch Ritchie, also known as Longman Tarot or Tunkle Ritchie. So, and I am the Grim yet Graceful Gerald. And of course, I'm Tarot Stash. Thank you for being here. I am your Tarot Tunkle or your Tunkle.
Tarot Uncle Tunkle. I like that.
Cool. We've been doing this. We can't figure out a way to get this to actually do anything on our screen.
We like it.
We do. Richie's showing off his nails.
The Tunkle Wave.
It's the Tunkle Wave. Okay. The Tunkle Wave. You heard it here first, people.
Tunkle Wave. Welcome. Hello, everyone.
Hello, everybody. And we have amazing chatters who are watching.
Yes,
And let's say hi to a few of them. Kim B is here. Elspeth. Shannon, 1523. Michelle Krantz. Denise Fletcher Tarot. Janet Lee G. And Michelle Krantz brings up, let's see those jazz hands. Well, see, there it is. It's the Tunkle hands rather than the jazz hands. Madame Maru is here, and Deanne, Blue Crescent Tarot.
Deanne, I nearly put a shirt on for you today, and it's too warm. You know how she likes a nice plaid shirt?
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry, it's too warm.
Well, I'm glad you put a shirt on because then it would have to be a different show. I mean, but I have a T-shirt that I could wear.
You do. You do. Absolutely. Who can forget that one?
Yes. And so yes. So Rebel Witch Ritchie, what's going on with you?
Well, I've finished work for a week. Let me just take this off for a moment. I've finished work for a week, and Peter and I are going to go and have a nice few days away from the madness of work and Tarot Tube, and we've got a lovely little cottage in the middle of a forest with a hot tub. It's going to be lovely. So I'm not going to be up to much. I might even not be doing a live next Friday, to be honest with you, because it's been quite hectic and quite busy, and we need the time to relax and to mull and chew things over. Let's put it that way.
Yes. So we may not be doing the Tarot the Stashway census readings on Friday because guess what? Richie's mental health and Peter's sanity are very important.
Well, we will discuss that afterwards, but I haven't said yes and I haven't said no, and I haven't checked my planner either.
And that's a good thing.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
Yeah. Oh, I've got a public announcement to make though first. Very important to everybody, because this is happening in the UK this weekend. The clocks go back. British summertime has finished at 2:00 in the morning on Sunday. So we gain an hour back. So, and in the States, you've got another week to go, haven't you?
We have another week. Yes, it ends on November 3rd.
So please be prepared if you like to watch lots of British content creators live. Just be aware that hour change might be happening.
Yep. And Jane the Seeker has arrived. Rossi, Kaylee, Poco. Oh yes, Jonathan Daly is here.
Hi, Jonathan.
So. Plucky Heroine.
What's your plans this week?
This weekend I have a friend coming into town visiting. I'm going to try to I'm going to try to get to see her.
Lovely.
And I am going over to a coven mate's house on Sunday, Jeffrey and I, to help set up for Samhain, or Samhain, who is the nice guy down the street.
Samhain is very nice. Yeah.
Very, very nice. So, Jane, these are the Tunkle's wave. This is the gesture that we do.
If you know, then you know. That's all I'm going to say.
Yes. Yes. Oh my goodness. Russ Bob's Barbara, butterflies are free.
Hi, everyone.
See everybody. So we are going to talk about today. We're going to be talking about Samhain, and but we're going to do final harvest readings.
Yeah.
So if you would like a general final harvest reading, enter #harvest into the chat, and you will be entered for that. So
there will be some Halloweeny, Samhainy kind of stuff going on as well. We noticed we haven't gone too grim tonight. Well,
yes,
I haven't. This is just me looking normal.
And since I am grim yet graceful, these might have a bit of a caffeinated and unfiltered feel. I know.
Careful, folks.
So get ready. Jonathan must be leaving. So, but so anyhow, bye, Jonathan. Yeah.
So we haven't got a particular theme. It's not like we're going to be. We're probably not even going to be moving around that much tonight, are we?
No, I don't think we'll need to move around.
No gaze to avert today.
True. And Hershey is here. Hello, Hershey.
Hi, Hershey.
And so Hershey, if you want a reading, type in #harvest. So, and by the way, reminding everybody, the Samhain is the third harvest, which happens on the 31st of October here in the northern hemisphere. This is the time of Beltane in the southern hemisphere. So it's is also a good time for one to consider doing some #mental health magic.
Perfect.
So
it's a very good time for I like to use the Sabbaths for a check-in.
Yes.
And quite often to either start making a list or tear the old list up because nothing of it actually happened.
Say that again?
I like to either make a new list of what to have to do, or I tear up the old list because I didn't actually do anything off that list.
I think that's very reasonable.
Tear the list up. If you haven't done it, tear the list up and make a new one.
Yes. This is we are entering into Ritchie's rebel phase.
Yeah. I'm wearing black and everything, so I've even bought a new t-shirt because I'm that rebel.
Yes. Well, and also it's black like your soul.
Thank you. And my decks apparently today. And my nails.
And your nails. I cleaned off my nails today. Kaylee said, I actually missed your mental health show, Gerald, because I spent the day at the spa putting it into practice right away.
What better way to do it? Look at that.
Perfect. Oh, and Kimby is I just finished talking to AT&T. Mental health here needed. So.
It's a difficult time of the year. And then some bright spark told me today, it's exactly 2 months to Christmas. And I'm like that. Really?
Yeah. Well, I don't know about there in the UK, but they've already got Christmas decorations out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Gross. So, but
someone says every time you buy a Christmas decoration or put up a Christmas decoration before the 1st of December, an elf dies. Do you know that?
Poor elves. They didn't sign up for that.
That's the rebel way.
That is the rebel way. And did you see Deanne? I'm here for it. Ritchie's rebel phase.
We've only just started, dear.
We've only just started. I would encourage everybody, please remember to give this video a thumbs up. We are simulcasting this, so show your support. Links are below on how to contact us if you want readings and stuff like that.
And do you know what people have? That's what's really nice. I've had a couple of people who have contacted me for some readings. Wonderful. Thank you. We're getting on with that next week.
And I've had some people who have made some donations, and it's actually really
Very
beautiful.
kind. Very
So
kind.
it's Janet Lee G says, actually, your Tunkel wave resembles a tapping in I do when replacing old thoughts with new ones. It's a slower motion tapping just under the collarbone. Very nice.
Nice. I like that.
Yes. And by the way, everybody, for entertainment purposes only.
Entertainment purpose.
Yeah, entertainment purpose only. Do not make decisions based upon what we say. Seek professional assistance. Really.
Do you have an entertaining purpose?
I am, you know.
I don't, but I have a naughty narwhal.
Do you?
That's another show, though.
It's another show. That's the one without the shirts. So, all right. So, do you want to say anything about Samhain?
Better have done. I mean, these lovely people have, clicked in to watch us, and we haven't even mentioned it. Yeah. So, Samhain, the last of the harvest festivals, and that's important because we often forget about that in the Halloween pumpkins party season that we're going through. So it is finally time to get the last of those crops in and let those fields go fallow, bare, ready for the cold of the year and a restart and a refresh. So it's time just to really start slowing down, and that's the important bit there. Obviously, we've got now lots of things going on. This is why I kind of got into my rebel phase. So I'm not going to lecture here. I am only going to be celebrating what's important to me and to my part of the world. So I'm going to be doing some work for the ancestors. Particularly, nice. I feel this year I want to take time to celebrate, hold time for people who have in the past been judged as witches or other people and have therefore lost their lives because of it. So I want to hold some space for those people in the past who have been following the craft and have been punished for it. It's a time for the veil to be thin. It's a time for the ancestors. It's a time to party, but I'm going for the more quieter, darker, soulful, mournful side of it all.
I appreciate that. And I'm glad you mentioned the people who have come before us, who are no longer here, the ancestors. The veil is thin, which is definitely something that happens. And, so that's extremely...
Everyone has a lovely time and enjoy it, and just don't buy too much plastic stuff.
No, don't do that. Gary is here. Twin tarot with Gary and David. Those are damn impressive stashes, gents. I couldn't grow one. If you gave me a month of Sundays to do a mouth of Sundays.
I applaud you for that one.
Yes, nicely done. Nicely done. But you can find one on, right now at your local costume shop. So, Janet Lee G said, I have an antique mustache spoon. It's beautiness.
Loving it.
Kathy Persons is here, so it's great. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello, everyone.
Yes. Okay, so I'm going to share the screen. If I can do that.
Ooh.
Fancy, fancy, fancy. Are you ready, Richie?
Let's do this.
Let's do it. And remember, these are final harvest readings. And Maru is here.
Hi, Madame Maru.
So,
I suppose we can pull more than one card today, can't we?
you know what, Richie? You can do whatever the hell you want.
Because I'm a rebel witch.
Yes. Yes, you are. And you're the Tunkles, and it's the Tunkle way. It's the Tunkle way. So
I love being a tunkle.
I do too. And it was Kaylee who thought of this. So, and so Final Harvest. And which decks are you using?
Well, I don't have a lot of Samhain, Halloween style decks. I don't buy decks just because they've got a pumpkin on them. I'm not that kind of person. Right. Okay. To add to the thousands of other decks that I've got, because I know that I would never use. For example, I do have this deck and I can't use it. I can't get on with it. I don't use it. So I'm not buying into it. So I'm going for, what have I done with them? One of my favorites, the Dark Mansion, which has got a nice vibe going on there. I'm going with Tarot of Oppositions.
Oh, nice.
I might need to turn my light off. It's going to blind everything out because it's got the two sides. So we've got the veil going on there with that one there. And rather excitingly, I got this the other day in the post from Kickstarter. It's gorgeous. It's all silvery, and it's obviously based on 4 or 5 Gothic novels. And I just thought, yes, it's more dark and broody and deep. A bit like me, really. It's a deck like me.
There's a deck like you. Dark, broody, deep, you know.
Expensive.
Does it have a Norwal?
Pliable.
Does it have a Norwal in it?
Not that I've found yet. It's got a rather long ribbon though, but that's another story because the cat decided to chew it the other day, which made me very cross.
All right, I am using Todd Alcott's The Horror Tarot. And full disclosure, I just found out that he did a science fiction tarot, just released it.
Yes.
I have purchased it, and I am also using the Santa Muerte.
I'm pleased you used that one because I know you like that quite a lot.
I do. And I am also using for the Grim, I am using the Arcane Bullshit. So
I'm glad I think that needs to be in every reading from now on. It's so much fun.
There you go. Rossi just got that deck, Richie. And Michelle, Marie, and Jonathan are here. Hello. So Final Harvest message for Maru. So what I have for you is I have the Ace of Cups. So Final Harvest is remembering to make sure that your cup has a little bit is filled with something, that you do not end this season of harvest without taking care of yourself. Because part of the Final Harvest stuff that you're doing is you're being the King of Swords. You are making those difficult choices and seeing with the resources that you have what you need to keep using and keep doing. And that's a key thing, because I also have the Three of Wands.
Oh, nice.
So part of that yes, exactly. Part of the Final Harvest message is that what you have been reaping, you will be sowing during this this harvest season. Please keep that in mind and celebrate it. Celebrate it. It may not be exactly what you wanted, yet you put something out there into the universe and you got something in return. The universe answered. So keep that in mind.
Okay.
So I also got the Queen of Pentacles and the Chariot.
Wow.
So we've got, we got a king, we got a queen, and the way of thinking, things like that. But I don't know if you're going to be moving around. It does feel like you may be having some intensive dreams. So
Nice.
what about you,
I can
Richie?
echo a lot of that that's coming through. Again, I looked more into the darker part of the year that we are in, bearing in mind we're Northern Hemisphere people. And I'm going to echo a lot what you've just said, because I've got the Justice card for you here. Judge Pincham from, which book is that? Because I can't remember. I had to look it up. Nathaniel Hawthorne's The House of Seven Gables. So we have the Justice card, so we can focus on that a bit better there. You were talking about, gathering in your last harvest, and it feels like there is also a finality, that the balance has now been redressed. And as we go through tipping into the darker half of the year, and particularly when we think about the veil that is thinning here, Maruta, is that it just seems that the scales now are beginning to balance out. Whether you've been busy, or whether there's just been lots that's going on, it feels like now is the time for the calmness to settle in. And that's a lot that you were talking about there, Gerald. Well, you talked about a king and a queen. I've also got a page for you as well. I've got the page of skulls, which is the page of pentacles here. Let's see if we can get a nice. And our page of pentacles is, it's almost like there's an education to that. Or are you thinking about doing a course or doing something perhaps in the evenings when you've got perhaps less to do, or something online, or learning to do? Because this is a real studious card. I'm really picking up on the fact that now things have settled down, you've got more time, you've got more energy to devote to something that you perhaps have been putting off a long time. It feels like this study is going to be quite long to do. It's not going to be difficult. It's just a long process. Our page of pentacles is a very slow burner, because they are so meticulous in what they do. They don't want to rush anything. It is there for the taking. So it just feels like this period is a period of slowness, but of learning rather than practicing. Learning, perhaps a new skill, something like that. I've also pulled, sorry, go for it.
I just have to say to that, because when we were an agricultural society and the final harvest has been brought in and it's going to get to the darker part of the year, that's the time where you educate your children and you work on things. So that's perfectly lined up with that. Rebel Witch Ritchie.
Yeah. I also pulled one of these lovely, I would have to have a Wendy Andrews in there. And you've got a nighttime card of peace in here. It says, open your heart. Peace. And it feels again that it just seems to me that it's been very, very busy, this part of the first part of the year. And now it's a real slowing down process. And it's a process that you should try and enjoy and go with the flow of it. Don't try and fight it. Go with the slowness and just do everything that you need to do, but at your pace and at your rate.
So, Richie, I'm pulling an arcane bullshit card for her.
Oh, yes. Let's go for it.
So what do you think about the Queen of Holes? So the Queen of Holes, sometimes things look like an entrance, but other times they're holes. And you've got to be careful, because sometimes holes lead to nowhere. And sometimes they are a portal. So
exactly.
So I think especially when it gets darker, make sure you have a light when you go out.
Oh, I like that.
So
watch your footing.
Yes. Okay, you were going to share something else?
No, that was me done.
Okay.
That was me done. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Maru.
Thank you, Maru.
Okay, so... Oh, here you go. Some holes are entrances and some are exits.
Oh, loving it. Gaily.
Love it. Okay, so... All right. Again, if you would like to be entered for a reading, #harvest. Rossi is up. Woohoo! Rossi. So, and Jane the Seeker.
Are you doing anything? You got your ceremony and your rituals. Are you doing anything else for Samhain or Halloween, Gerald?
I'm actually going to a Fete Gede on Saturday, Day of the Dead celebration type of thing. So I'm looking forward to that. So spending time honoring those who have passed. So okay. So Rossi is up. Hey Saint D, you have to put a hashtag, and then the word harvest. Hi Saint D.
Oh, this is interesting, Rossi. Sorry, bad tarot reader thing to do that and then leave everyone hanging for a few seconds.
You do what you need to do.
Thank you.
You're the rebel, and I'm just
I'm the rebel one. Now, I know it's Halloween season, so this is about to sound really daft, but I've got a lot of the cards that would, to me, mean Halloween or Samhain, or let me tell you, I've got you the Devil card, Dracula. Okay. I've also got you the Moon card. You can't get much more Halloweeny Samhain than that, can you, when it comes to two cards from the tarot?
Pretty good.
It's not like it's the Fool or the Three of Cups, is it? It's okay. So the two cards together, we've got the secrecy, we've got perhaps the delusions of the moon that's going on, and you've got the devil, which is about self-delusion and fooling yourself that what you're doing or what you're about to do is the right thing to do. The devil that literally sits on your shoulder and goes, go on, have that other biscuit. It's fine. It's that kind of thing, isn't it? And we can choose to listen to the devil. We can choose to ignore the devil. But sometimes when we put that together with the moon, the cycles of the moon, perhaps feeling that the moon cycle is in itself affecting you, or perhaps things just, self-doubt, a bit of perhaps mental non-clarity that's going on there. When that's paired up with the devil, that can be quite a dangerous combination when you're self-doubting or realizing things that the moon's shining a new light on, a new way of looking at stuff. And the devil comes along and goes, oh, go on, treat yourself. Go and do this. It's okay. So I've also pulled for you the Queen of Skulls, the Queen of Pentacles. This suggests to me there's a practicality that needs to go on, is that try not to get sucked into those two cards. The Queen of Pentacles is somebody who is grounded. She is somebody who will support people or find support or look for a support mechanism to help people. She's a real mother figure when it comes to that one there. So perhaps these two cards in aspect to one another to stop you kind of flying off into the realms of, just doing things for the sheer hell of it. Perhaps ground yourself. Perhaps talk to some people if you feel like that is a trigger or something's happening that's coming along that you're not feeling comfortable with. But also take time. The Pentacles, as I've already said, is slowness. It's stillness. So don't rush into anything that the moon or the devil card may be representing to you. Take time to sit with the Queen of Pentacles. Take time to ground yourself. Perhaps meditate. It's a wonderful earth card that's going on here. Try and use that to stop anything really happening too much with those two cards in collaboration with one another.
I love that, Richie, because as we're entering the darker part of the year, I have the Star. And so the Star, it is, whilst you're trying not to fall into those two cards and the play off, remember to keep true to yourself. Remember, and this is channeled, remember that you belong in the universe and that you are looking up and seeing the stars because it's darker. Appreciate that and to feel that connection, because it's really time to Five of Swords. Cut the things out that are not working. Just do it. Do it. because when you release that stuff, the 8 of Wands is going to show up. It's going to move very quickly. So, and Rossi said, yes, not making any major decisions for a while, just taking my time to work things out.
Great.
Yes, that's beautiful.
That's that.
Yeah. Which one's that? That's the Queen of Pentacles.
Queen of Pentacles, yeah.
Queen of Skulls.
Queen of Skulls in this deck. Queen of Pentacles, yeah.
And yeah, so
interesting. You got the star. I have the moon, because quite often when the moon's out, you can't see the stars if it's really bright.
Yes.
So don't let this card stop you seeing the stars.
Yes, and what's great about the moon is the moon is a reflection of the sun. It's light. So take some time and do that. So Linda de Gonzalez is here. Hello.
Hey,
Purple
Linda.
Elephant. We've had some other people come in. Apparently there's bats on my head. I've missed that. So
them bats in your head.
I'm batty. We'll just say that. So, all right. And so everybody, thank you for joining us. Let's see who we have next for a final harvest reading. Ah, Saint D.
Saint D. Hello.
I always mispronounce it's Devaria, not Devaria.
Devaria. A lovely name.
Yes. So, and oh yeah, there's bats in Gerald's belfry. I love that. I love that. So Saint D. Saint D, type into the chat that we know you're here. I'm trying to find her. There we go. No, this message. So what I'm seeing for you is I have the 7 of Pentacles. The final harvest and moving into the darker part of the year means hold on to your money. Don't be spending a whole lot of money just before you are going into the after the final harvest. Carefully watch that, because I love these 2 cards. We have Temperance and we have the Empress.
Oh, loving me.
So you know how to balance things. You're good at it. Embrace that. Embrace that you are good at that. And I would even say be all that. So
brilliant.
Yes.
Michael?
Yes, please.
Interesting you talked about finances and resources, because I've pulled for you for the next few months, at least the darker half. Ace of Pentacles. There it is. This is super glossy, this card, so my light is going to reflect all over it. So if I do that, no, okay. Ace Pentacles. So we're talking about keeping what you have pulled out in this card. I'm sorry it doesn't show up particularly well, but you can see there's a hand either side grasping it. One is kind of harvesting it and one's hanging on to it. Now, I did pull these cards, do have, if you like, a positive and a negative side to them, and all of them are positive. But it's interesting, there's that grasping, almost feels like that veil. It's almost like things are being tugged between it, a bit of a tug of war going on. And just to counterbalance that one, I've also got the 2 of Pentacles for you, again, in an upright position. This shows a little chap here, balancing, because the 2 of Pentacles is about balance. So it is about finances, it's about resources, it's making sure that anything is balanced, bank accounts are being balanced, it's all being sorted. Spend some time sorting the finances out. Perhaps this time of the year it's coming in or there's money going out, harvesting, that kind of idea of it all. It might be that if you work, you have to do some taxes, whatever it is. I just feel that, having 2 pentacle cards and what Gerald had as well is pointing us in the direction that finances or at least homely resources, let's put it that way, just need to be checked through. I've also got the Lovers card for you, which would suggest as you have harvested, you've now got a choice. The Lovers could be about a lovely relationship, but I often think of it as a choice. And here I think you've got a choice to ignite, as this card says, ignite and release your potential. So look for opportunities that are going to be coming to you in the darker half of the year. They literally might come out of the blue. You might not see them coming at all, but there is going to be an offer or an option for you to take, which is just going to spark things off. And it can lead, again, to sorting finances. So it could be to do with money, or perhaps earning a bit of extra money, or perhaps taking on a new responsibility at work. So it feels a lovely energy for this coming next few months. So yeah, a good time there. Take the opportunity and don't think twice about it.
I love that because in the Santa Muerte,
Mm-hmm.
I got the Knight of Cups.
Oh.
Someone rather charming and emotionally available might be knocking on your door or come along your path. So you might want to be open to that, and again, for entertainment purposes only. So, all right. And
thank you.
Yes. Ms. Tarot D is here.
Hi, Ms. Tarot D.
And so sorry if I've missed other people. Thank you for being here. And okay, and who do we have next? We'll try to get through as many readings as we can in our time period. So thanks everybody for being here. Jane the Seeker.
Jane the Seeker.
Jane just did a live earlier. So hi Shannon, 1523.
Hi everyone.
So okay, so here. So there we go.
Okay, I'm going to go for it. Got your 3 nice cards here. The Empress. So we're talking about what needs harvesting and our last harvest. It feels with this Empress that, it is time to go and do the last of the pickling, do the last of the deadheading in the garden, or getting your yard in order, or doing something like that. It feels like this is your kind of last chance. Although your seasons may be slightly different, it's now time to prepare, and that can also be to prepare around the home for any changes that you're making. Because I've got the Moon card again. Our moon keeps appearing, doesn't it, tonight? It feels like cycles are going to be quite important in the next few months to you. And I'm talking lunar cycles. So I'm just thinking to pay really careful attention to them, Jane, and making sure that you're doing everything that you need to at certain times during the lunar cycle to make sure you are not being affected too much by it all, because it feels like the Empress card is telling us to prepare and perhaps hunker down and make those preparations for it. I've also got the 2 of Wands for you, which again is a bit of a balancing act. We have a ballerina on a tightrope going on there. You're going to focus for me. Pull it. Perhaps if I go in and no, it's far too bright and shiny. Yeah. So it feels like you're going to be walking this tightrope that I suggested with this moon cycle going on. It almost feels like you're going to take one step at a time, very, very slowly. You will be inching forward, you will be making progress, but don't rush anything. I would listen to the lunar cycles, and I would also just make sure that if you're doing magic or doing any work with the moon, you're doing it at the right time and when you have the right energies to do it, because I think the moon is going to could play havoc with you if you're not prepared to make sure you're okay and you're doing the right thing at the right time. That's what I'm trying to say to you. So do pay attention to it. I'm going to pull you a card. Oh, there we go. Let go of the ties that bind. Yeah. Again, that's tied in with that moon cycle, isn't it? It's just when you're on the waxing or the waning part of the moon that you have to do that work with there. Make sure that you're getting rid of it at the right time.
So Jane said that she's having fun trying to pick out healthcare for the new year.
Brilliant.
So I'm going to, I trust in that, Richie. Thank you, is what she says. So I'm going to read my cards out of order than how I picked them. In the Santa Muerte, I have the Wheel of Fortune, which tells me that, yes, the wheel is changing. Things are changing and we're going into cycles. I like what Richie said about paying attention to the moon phases and preparing for them. We know that happens. It happens every 28 point some odd days or something like that. So the arcane bullshit that I got for you, Jane, is I got a woman breastfeeding a VCR. So, and with this one is there's this idea of maternal and material comforts, but also it's important to pay very close attention to what no longer needs your nourishment. As you were talking about, Richie, the deadheading and things like that. So do pay attention to that. Suit of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles. Money is there's a new opportunity, new money coming in. I have the Eight of Cups. You need to be willing to walk away from that stuff that is not serving you, that no longer needs your attention. Stop watering dead plants. And then we have the Ace of Wands. So we have two aces, and I love this. Aces are the beginning of something. So the Ace of Pentacles is Jane's favorite card. And what's amazing is we end with the Ace of Wands, to where you suddenly have more energy and opportunity for things. So
I love that.
Yes, I am too. So
there's a real that's the word. Bookends going on with that one.
Yes.
They seem to be saying the same story, don't they?
So that's beautiful. So all right. And
Thank you, Jane.
Here, let's take a sip.
Yeah.
This section of the video is brought to you by the word autumnal. Everyone say it with me. Autumnal. Autumnal. Of, relating to, or characteristic of autumn. Drop like the autumn leaves and like, share, subscribe to our channels. Autumnal.
Autumnal.
Autumnal. I had to say it. I had to use it. But,
what would you say? So in America, it's obviously fall. What word would you have for something feeling like it's autumnal? It's not foolish, is it? Fall. Would you have a word for it?
Probably not, because a lot of Americans don't use the language properly. And that's my bitchy mode. So Jane is wearing her autumnal sweater. So
beautiful.
But Yeah, Kaylee said, drop like the autumn leaves. My brain and drop it like it's hot. There you go. All right. Let's see who's got our next reading. Everybody, again, thank you for being here. And for those of you who are watching the playback, please let us know if these readings resonate for you.
Yeah.
Because I'm finding these happen. Oh, Kim B is here.
Hi, Kim.
Kim B. All right. So Kim B. And just said autumnal. So
The magic word.
it is. I like the word autumnal. So, Kim, so your final harvest message is it starts with the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Cups in Todd Alcott's The Horror Tarot, we're actually seeing half of the person inside. We're cutting away the exterior and we're seeing. So I'm wondering if first of all, I'm always thinking you need to make sure that you have enough water but this water has to take action. So it's important to be willing to flush away the things that are not working for you. So because this is a harvest card, this is the Four of Wands. This is setting things up. It's whatever you're planning, it's going to be successful. It has all of the right energy. So, and then please remember the sun. The sun will return. And when you see the sun during this final harvest season, get out there and appreciate it. Definitely get out there and appreciate it. So there you go.
Lovely. Well, I've got the Knight of Cups. Again, there you go. My Knight of Cups has a little different to your one, though, Gerald. Here, he's a devilishly handsome, kind of long-haired, romantic kind of character that the Knight of Cups often represents. I'm actually wondering if this is somebody either close to you, and it can be from either gender. It doesn't have to be male, but there's someone there that is, I'm going to say, appearing to be something that they might not be, because the other card I pulled with the Knight of Chalices, the Knight of Cups, is the Wheel of Fortune. And this card is Dorian Gray. Now, if you know anything about the story of Dorian Gray, he's the one that had the painting in the roof of his attic, his loft, and it just got viler and disgusting and he kept his youth while he did all the depraved and murderous things that he did. So those two cards came out together. So I'm just wondering if there's somebody that you are friends with or in your family area, and that can be your urban family as well as your actual physical family, somebody at work who is just perhaps too good to be true. And I would ask you to just think about it, because probably they're not, and they might just be hiding a side to them that they might not want to show. That's what I'm going to say to you. The other reason I'm just flagging this up, I've got the Seven of Torches, the Seven of Wands here. And it almost feels like a bit like a lynch mob that's going on here. And I don't want this person who may not be demonstrating quite all the things that you think they might be, to be leading you on a bit of a dance that actually turns into a bit of a witch hunt because of it, and you get dragged in because you just weren't aware of what's going on there. I've just got a feeling that somebody's not playing honestly. That's all I'm going to say on that matter. I've got a wonderful Wendy Andrews card that really summarizes this. It says, hold your head high and shine. So, when perhaps things are coming true or things are being found out that you didn't realize, you can just go, look, I didn't know anything about this. Okay. I was innocent to it all. I've got the evidence, or I've done the talk. I'm walking away from the situation, but I am untarnished by this and I move on.
Yes. I like that. And I would also say part of that is to stay in your lane so that you can answer honestly that you don't know what's going on when that happens. So Kimby said, I am familiar, as you were talking about the person who may not be telling the truth. So, but
I wish you all the best, because being in that situation is never nice, and being sometimes sucked into a situation is never nice. But you'll be on the right side. Don't worry about that.
Yes. Oh yeah. So okay. Our next reading is for. Oh, and by the way, on Wednesday, I am scheduled to be a guest with Michelle Marie on Astrological Tarot. Oh, it helps if I share. Oh, MLR is the winner.
Oh, hooray!
MLR, let us know that you're here. Sorry, I got so.
You had a lot going on there all at once, didn't you?
I had, yes, because all of a sudden I was being grim yet not graceful. So so my apologies, but Michelle Marie Astrological Tarot has been in chat. So
hi.
And
MLR
MLR.
I've seen before in chat. Well,
yeah. Oh, everybody. This is Richie Longman Tarot. Please make sure that you go over and subscribe to his channel.
Thank you.
So, well, MLR, are you here? I could do the phone.
Go on, do the phone. We haven't done the phone for a long time.
MLR, please pick up the white courtesy phone. MLR, please pick up the white courtesy phone. It's time for your final harvest reading. All right.
If they come back in, we can do them.
Yep,
next.
I will do that. So let's put this back on and see who's next. I know, it's like I should figure something out.
Yay!
Purple Elephant Deb H.
Deb H.
And by the way, this just in, I just secured Purple Elephant Deb H for my channel on Monday.
Fabulous.
Don't know what we're doing, but it doesn't matter because we're with Deb.
Can I ask, is there a vicious rumor flying around that there might be some caffeinated coffee and Deb H?
You know what? Let me look at my schedule.
In January.
I think there is going to be a lovely caffeinated and unfiltered starring Purple Elephant Deb H, Longman Tarot Ritchie, and Tarot Crash. So everybody,
that's up your new year, right? Early on 2025.
That's exactly right. There you go. So
can't wait, Deb.
It's going to be fun, and maybe I'll actually finish the Best Chatters Oracle. Jesus Christ. Excuse me. Holy mackerel. Deb, I'm going to start because of the 4 cards that I picked, all 4 of them are pentacles.
Ooh.
So a final harvest message for you is the King of Pentacles. You have what you need, and how you are managing it helps to keep you to have more. So this is a key thing. So as you're entering into it, feel and believe that you have everything that you need and you're making these choices appropriately. Then we have the Eight of Pentacles. I would say, this goes back to, I don't know, was it Rossi you were talking about, that as we're entering the darker part of the year, you may be learning something, you may be learning a new skill. I'm feeling the same way for you, Deb. So after the final harvest, it's going to be an opportunity for you to apply some of the new information and filter it through who you are. Then we have the Knight of Pentacles. Slow and steady is going to win this race, young lady. So don't try to rush it. Do not try to rush it.
No.
And I also got the Six of Pentacles in the Santa Muerte. So this is that reciprocity. So I think that and of course we're entering the darker part of the year where pentacles live in my world. So okay.
Loving it. Lovely cards. Got some more here for you. I got Nine of Chalices. Nine of Cups. Come on, who doesn't love a wish card? So everything, it seems like the next 6 months, the darker half of the year, going to be coming up with opportunities. And quite honestly, you can't go wrong, Deb. Everything you're going to touch is going to go correct and turn to gold. So Nine of Cups as your main card there. I also have the Eight of Pentacles as well for you. So this time of study, again, this sounds a slower time. I've said this before, but I'm wondering whether you're thinking of doing a course, as we discussed just now, or there's going to be some form of perhaps little work or a new role that you're taking on that involves communication, because I've also got the Eight of Torches, the Eight of Wands for you. And it feels like if this card could speak, that you are walking down this rather misty gothic street, but all the lights and that are lighting up as you go to, like in Harry Potter when he walks down the street, and I know that the lanterns go out, but it's the opposite of that. It feels like you're being lit as you go, because it's almost like a star walk or something that you're going on there, and that you're highlighted and showing the way there. And as I said, it's to do with communications as well. So I don't know if it's about emails or writing or something like that, but there's a real sense that you're going to have this new facet to your life that's coming in. And I don't know if it's something to do with memoirs or perhaps something like that, or perhaps because I've got a lovely card that says wisdom, remember. So I don't know if you're going to be doing something to reflect on what's been happening and taking that forward and owning it there. But there's this wonderful card with this wonderful cat here and this Halloween pumpkin that just says, remember, and use it in wisdom on that one there. But it does feel really, really positive, and that you're going to be, the energies are lovely and strong, and that you're going to be, almost feels like the universe is pushing you forward into a new facet or a new role, which is going to be exciting as well for you.
So very interesting, because I did get permission to pull an arcane bullshit for her.
Yeah.
And the arcane bullshit is the saxophone fetus.
Wow.
And in looking at the book, it says something yet unborn will yield jazzy results. I'm loving me some of that.
Love a bit of jazzy fetus.
Yes. I think it's great. So, and that's Deb says the universe does give a push.
There you go.
So there you go.
Lovely cards.
Thank you. And I did see Duncan Shireman come in.
Hi, Duncan. Yeah, so in pop in.
So it's great to see everybody. So who do we have next? Russ Bob's Barbara.
Hi, Russ Bob's.
And And Deb said, "That's too funny, and I can't wait for the birth." So there you go. Russ Bob's Barbara, let us know that you were here. And,
There we go.
they are here. So, and everyone, please make sure that you're doing that thing where you're giving this video a thumbs up. I have to use this as much as I can this week and next week.
Yeah. Then you need to bury it.
No, I'm going to actually stick it in my yard so it looks like somebody is, doing that.
Yeah, bury it up to the elbow.
Bury it up to the elbow. Yes. All right. So, Russ Bob's Barbara, what is your final harvest message?
Russ Bob's, I'm going to go first.
Okay.
Because I've got something interesting happen. I don't know why I did it kind of trying to sing then. That was a bit embarrassing. Edit that bit out when you do that. Put the video online, all right?
Okay.
I've got two queens for you. Two opposite queens. I've got the Queen of Water, the Queen of Chalices here. And I've also got the Queen of Torches, the Queen of Fire here. What happens when these two queens meet? They either put each other out or they make steam. And I'm thinking, okay, what does this then mean? I think you're going to have this opportunity to be perhaps shifting between these different energies. I'm just wondering whether you do anything that either works with fire or works with water. Perhaps it's time, I'm thinking, to work with someone like Bridget, if you do that one, because she is the goddess of the sacred stream and the sacred fire. I'm just wondering if that is a message there to take forward with you into the darker half. I've also got the Hanged Man, dear Quasimodo. So perhaps it is time to reassess what we know about these two queens. If you feel that you are the Queen of Wands, who is outgoing and gregarious and making sure everyone's okay, and she's a PA to everybody and sorting everyone out, whilst making sure on her way to her own job she's got the kids to pack lunches and everyone's ready to go. She's that organized, compared to the Queen of Cups, who is just loving and sort of a bit poetical and a bit floaty, and time doesn't really matter. I'm just wondering if you recognize yourself as one of those people. Perhaps this next few months, it's time to shake things up and try being the other queen here and see things from another angle. There we go.
Has anybody told you recently you are a dang good reader?
No.
You're a damn good reader, Richie.
Oh, bless you. Thank you, darling.
I'm like going, it's like fucking amazing. So I pulled some cards for you, and I have the 10 of Cups. So wishes granted. And I'm going to say the wishes granted first because it really relates to understanding which of the queens you are. Because I have two pages. I have the Page of Swords and the Page of Pentacles. So be willing to explore what that is. Use that curiosity to get to understand and to get to experience them firsthand. And then I have the Knight of Swords. So there may be a lot of people in your life who are showing up. There may be, like I have 3 of my 4 cards are all people cards, court cards. So I would say with the Knight, being ambitious is helpful, as is this may be somebody who is really driven to succeed. So, and maybe these are all different aspects of you, or maybe these are different people in your life. It's beautiful to have these if you understand it as the queens and you can make those work well together, then do it. That's great. So, all right.
Brilliant.
Thank
Lovely.
you.
Thank you.
Linnea is here. Alexa, Heather, Indigo Jaguar is here.
Oh, better do my wave. I've done my wave.
Hello, everyone. Good to see you. So, all right. Do we have time for a few more?
Yeah.
Okay. And
Samhain.
Barbara said, I'll have to think about those queens. Teresa Ford.
Hi, Teresa. Great photo.
Let us know you're here. Shannon, you can be added, hashtag harvest, but we're only going to do a couple of more readings. Teresa Ford, and just looking for Teresa.
We could do a collective one, couldn't we?
We will do a collective one. I think that's a great idea. Also, I haven't heard from MLR.
No.
So, okay, so Teresa Ford's not here. Let's draw again. Emily Lorenz Bradley. And Emily is here.
Hi, Emily.
And I'm going to
step away. It
was, yes, it was my doorbell because I just got some packages. So
you need to go and get them.
Yes, I will step away for a moment.
Step away from the fame and the celebrity camera.
Yes.
Right, Emily, I should do your reading for you while our lovely Gerald is chatting to the parcel delivery person. Okay. Okay, let's have two of those, and if you want to. Right, Emily, got the Knight of Ravens, the Knight of Swords for you here. This is the Headless Horseman. Great card, lovely. Knight of Swords, as we go into the season and the harvest, and we're talking about the darker half of the year, we've got energy that's whizzing through here. The Headless Horseman, if you know, kind of rides roughshod through the country roads and it's gone. And that's the energy of the swords with this knight that's coming on here. It feels like somebody is playing fast and loose, and now that could be you. It could be somebody that you know, or perhaps you've had an incident where you've met someone. I don't know whether that's just a stranger, but something's happened that's gone very, very fast, and it's required you to find some strength and get understanding and perhaps do things that you don't normally have to worry about, because I've also pulled for you the strength card, which in this case is Mina Harker from the Dracula books. It feels like this knight has come along and you've gone, almost feels like you've had to step out of his pathway or get out of his way. And that's affected you somehow. I don't know whether there's been an incident. I'm not going to go any further than that. Perhaps you can answer that one for you. But it really feels that you've had to dig deep and find strength from somewhere. And as I said, it feels like it might have changed you, or at least it's altered you in a way that you weren't expecting. Okay. I've also got the 9 of Torches, the 9 of Wands here. And again, this is a card of perhaps being a bit battle worn. We often think on the RWS they're shown with a bandage and one shoe missing and holding us, and here you've got gates that are locked. It's almost like you've gone, no, I've had enough. I'm closing the gates on this one here. I don't want to be part and parcel of it anymore. However, whatever this incident is, or whether this is somebody that's affected you, interestingly, because the Queen of Wands has now come out, it feels like you've now going to be emerging with this strength card to the Queen of Wands, and it feels like a bit like a butterfly or a moth coming out of its chrysalis. Is that this incident or whatever happened has now allowed you to be free, and you kind of quite like the new you. That's what I'm going to say to you here. The Queen of Wands is allowing you to really step in, own the space, and you're going to basically say, I'm not going to be treated like that, or that's not going to happen to me again. There we go.
I love that.
I've also got two. I forgot the two cards that came in there. You've got love, the love card, and it says, "Be free from all that holds you back." Beautiful card there. And you also have the bliss card that says, "Open the door to the divine." Again, open the door, step into that, own that space. There you go.
So I missed the first part of that. However, it feels like you're coming into something of your own. And with that, we have the Chariot. And one of the nice things about this Chariot is I will actually read what the card says because it's funny. The warrior drives at night under a crescent moon, no hands on the wheel. He steers by force of will. Nothing can stop the Chariot. Now, as you had the Queen of Wands, was that correct, Richie?
Yeah, that's right.
Because, it sounds like the Queen of Wands might do something like that. Try to use the force of will. However, I also have the Ace of Wands, where you've got to get into an understanding of how you are experiencing that energy. And as you manifest yourself as the Queen of Wands, what's that look like? Be very careful not to overuse your power. Because part of the final harvest is when it gets quiet and it gets darker, we have more time to experience the Nine of Swords, where we stay up, we overthink things, we worry, and this is where fears will start to show up because the world is quiet. So, so I would be careful of that as you are getting to know who you are. So, but all right.
Love that.
Yes. So, how about we do a general reading for everyone? Because, gosh, thank you everybody for being here.
We can do that.
And
I will put my general reading hat on then.
Oh, should I do that too?
Sorry, I didn't get around to read for everybody.
Yeah, sorry about that.
But this is for you.
So.
Oh, I love your hat. I didn't see that.
This little jaunty thing.
Is that what arrived in the post?
No, it is not what arrived in the post. The 2 decks arrived in the post. Here's something to keep in mind, everyone. The 8 of Cups, the final harvest, and as we're moving into the darker part of the year, let the things go that are no longer serving you. Be willing to understand those things that, walk away from the cups. We're moving into the earth time of the year, or the pentacles time of the year in my practice. So you're moving along, and be willing to let go of the things that do not serve you, do not fill you emotionally. So the final harvest, know where you're going, walk to something as well as away from something, because interesting, because I got another 8. I got the 8 of Swords. Be careful not to overthink it, and really pay attention to what is real and what is imagined.
Oh, that's good advice.
Yes, it's very good advice. Because we have the 10 of Pentacles. This is, things will come to fruition. They will include lots of different opportunities, lots of opportunities, and people are going to help you. So pay attention to the tradition of what's going on. The Suit of Pentacles, in particular, the 10, really is like an ancestor card. Pay very close attention to remembering and honoring those people who have come, those people who've come before us. Yes, Linda, letting go appears to be a theme today. Yep.
Yeah. I'm going. I've pulled the Knight of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. I don't have the Queen of Pentacles. That'd be lovely, wouldn't it? It'd be lovely to have hand in poker.
Great.
It's a time for growth, isn't it? It's a time for us to move from that Knight to mature. It's that time to quieten down. I said right at the start that Pentacles is about slowness, slow energy, but getting there to the final destination is important. It's about that transition from that Knight to the more mature side. The young man becomes the king. He realizes the powers that he's got, and he knows how to get there and what to do because he's made the mistakes in the past and he's learned from it. So it's that transition. We're growing up. We're learning from what's happened. But we're also doing it slowly. So it's not like it's a painful thing. We have time to review. We have time to almost journal what we're doing, to record it there. I've also pulled the Seven of Swords. You had a lot of sword cards there. So again, this is a card of just, this season just seems to be, there's a bit of trickery in the air, trick or treat, I suppose. And just be careful of the shadows, be careful of the darkness, because some things can be lurking in them. And just make sure when you set foot on that pile of leaves, it's not too slippery. You don't slip over, because not everything is as lovely and as beautiful as it may look. So just take the energies of the Pentacles, slow things down a bit, double check your footing, but keep moving forward.
Because that last statement goes extremely well with the arcane bullshit. It's the golden retriever. And the meaning of this card is that loyalty is going to come into question. So as you are spending time the darker part of the year, pay attention. See who people really are. Do not let that, because they have always been that way, be very careful. They're not going to change. They are who they are.
Golden retriever, it can be cute and wonderful one moment and take your arm off the next.
Exactly. So there you go. And what's interesting, did you know that the arm in this golden retriever actually arrived today, and it's reminding everybody to give a thumbs up? Oh my gosh. And
Uncle Gerald.
Yes. And by the way, Jamie, Wandering Mountain Bardic Path is here. Shall we say hello? Hi, Jamie. This is the temple way. So, oh my gosh. All right. Everybody, thank you for being here. If you have watched this back, really, I appreciate it. And please let us know in the comments if there was a reading that resonated with you. And so it is, any last minute thoughts, Richie?
Just have a wonderful Samhain and do what you're called or feel like you should be doing when it comes to celebrating or holding space or remembering the past. You do you. You do you, and that will means a lot more than perhaps doing something for the sake of you've seen something on TikTok or something that's telling you should be doing it.
Do your own kind of magic, and the magic that honors you.
Yeah.
So that is beautiful. Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Bye.